And so do you wonder about consistency? You must have heard everywhere people talking about how it's important to be consistent. I've been consistent in certain ways and not in other ways. And consistency, they talk about how you have to have the same post everywhere, the same day. If it's every day, it's the same time of the day. It's the same content, the same type, the same style, the same environment, the same topic, the same everything. You got to be consistent. That's part of being consistent. But why is it so important, right? I mean, why is it so important that you be consistent when trying to build your brand online, when trying to build a business online, when trying to build your personal brand, when trying to do attraction marketing? Why is it so important? Why is consistency so important when you're trying to sell a course, when trying to build a course? Why is that so important? We're going to get to that in a second, but just before first this.
So the real question is this: what are the strategies, techniques, and tools that you need to learn to generate residual income from the e-learning boom that's happening right now? My name is Jean-Serge and welcome to Course Income Secrets.
Hey, so consistency, that's one of the things. You got to be consistent with things you do because it affects how well you are perceived by your audience. And this is one perfect example right now. Every day I do my video, I actually share it on my timeline, and I usually prepare my phone ahead of time so that I just have to load up the page so that I can then just go and click the share button, which I'm doing right now in the middle of doing this with you. And the reason is because I was not consistent. I did not prepare my phone ahead of time. So when I went to there and I started I had to click around for, it seems like forever. Actually, it took me the amount of time that intro video was playing to get to the page, and I wasn't yet shared, right? Normally it's already there and I just click the share button. And that's part of consistency. Consistency is how people perceive you, right? So they're going to see you as somebody who's organized, as somebody who knows where they're going, as somebody who knows what they're talking about. If you're not consistent, if you're all over the place, if you ramble, like I actually do that sometimes, right? I'm not perfect. I've only been doing this for 4 years. Other leaders have been doing it for 10 years, for 15 years. If you look at some of the leaders like Tony Robbins and Eric Worre and Russell Brunson and Brian Finale and Diane Hockman and Ray Higdon, I mean, all those leaders, they've been doing this for 10 years, most of them, right? Some of them maybe just 5 years online, but they've been building a business. They've been doing the same thing for a lot longer, and they've been consistent. And the thing is that when you go look at their stuff, you know exactly what they're about. You know exactly when things are going to happen. You can plan your days around their schedule almost, if you will, right? And that's one thing that makes it important, because when your audience looks at you and they want to see whether they should be following you and whether they should be going along and listening to your stuff, if you're not consistent, they're going to get tired of your stuff. Like for me, I send out every single morning an email to my list at 7:30 a.m. Eastern, and it's the email that goes out. It's my daily content. I resend out to my email list the day after, kind of thing. That's until I start doing soap opera sequences as Russell Brunson teaches, but that's one consistency, right? So people know if they're on my list and they're actually on my list because they're interested in my stuff, because I do get lots of people on my list that are just opting in for a certain something that I've been offering, and they're not really interested. So when they start getting the emails, they probably get off the list. But the people that are interested in the content I have in my daily stuff, they know that it's coming in the morning, so they kind of expect it, and they look it up, right? They look at it when the time comes, right? And so if I'm doing the videos, like one of the things I'm not consistent with is when I do my live videos, when I record my videos. And that's probably one of the things I'm going to try to work on this year, is to be a little bit more consistent with my content. Maybe I'll be posting less often, but it'll be at a specific time, or maybe I'm going to be recording ahead and uploading. I mean, there's all different ways you can do that to be consistent with your schedule, to be consistent with your topic. I've been consistent with my general topic, right, of building a business online, of generating income online, but I haven't been consistent over the 4 years in the subject of my content, if you will, right? Because I started with simple online strategies, then I went to course talk, then I went to course income secrets, which I've been doing now. I mean, I did simple online strategies for a year, 260 full videos. It was Monday to Friday, and it still is. I don't do videos on the weekends, but it was Monday to Friday for a whole year. I actually did 260 videos of simple online strategy. Before that, I didn't really have a topic. It was general stuff, success and things like that. But and the thing is that the other thing about consistency is you start to learn. You start to learn exactly where you need to improve your skills. What is it that you need to do better, right? Like for me, doing these videos, these audios, these podcasts, if I do these every single day, even though I'm not perfect, I'm learning some things, I'm not doing all these things exactly right, it still is better than waiting to get better, right? Because you'll never get perfect, right? So you got to just be consistent, do your content all the time. If you can schedule it, if you can do it every single day, or maybe it's only once a week, right? Or twice a week, every Wednesday and every Saturday, for example, at a certain time. If you can do that, that'll be a lot better than random like I do. So like I said, in the consistency scale, if you will, there's different levels of consistency, right? There's the consistency of your content. Your content needs to be consistent. We talked about congruency. If you listen to the 12 steps, we talked about the consistency. We talked about all these different things that have to be, the same, right? So there's your target market and your offer and your avatar. These things you really, really should be deciding what that is when you start. Now, I've not been that great with that. Again, it's about consistency, right? I started out thinking, because first of all, when I started online, I didn't have any experience with building a business online. I was like looking at what others were doing and thinking that's what I want to do. So I started kind of promoting the stuff they were promoting, or trying to create my own stuff, when I didn't really have any success yet, or when I couldn't really talk. I mean, I got followers, right? And I got, growing my Twitter account and growing my Instagram and growing my Facebook and all these things. And I could kind of talk about that stuff. And that's what I tried to do. But to be honest, I wasn't ready. And I didn't prepare my target market really that great. I didn't prepare my avatar. I probably didn't even spend any time on that really, because I just said, well, it's everybody, right? And that's one of the things that doesn't work. If you think you're targeting everybody with what you got, you're really targeting no one, because targeting everybody is just like throwing confetti in the air, right? It just goes all over. You don't even know where it goes. You don't know who's going to see it. And, say you had, for example, flyers, right? Flyers with your business phone number on it, your product definition or whatever it is, make $1 million or whatever you're offering, right? Say you had like 1,000,000, well, let's just say, I don't know, 2,000 flyers. You're going to go on the tall building downtown in the big city, and you're going to throw those out. One thing that's probably illegal, and if they ever caught you, they probably would, well, if your phone number's on there, they're probably going to catch you, right? So don't do that. But I'm just saying, say you did do that. You threw all those papers downtown in New York, where there's, it's just 10,000 or just 2,000 or 1,000 pieces of paper, right? There's like millions of people out there. What do you think the chances are that one person out of those 1,000 is actually going to look at your paper and actually call that number and talk to you and actually join and buy your thing or whatever? Pretty slim, right? Pretty slim. And we all know that, but that's kind of what we do when we, promote to everybody, right? We're promoting to everybody. We're not even giving any thought to if the person that we're putting the message in front of has any interest in what we have. Now, this is not really consistency, but my point is that if you're consistent with your message online, on social media, and your posts and everything else, you're going to start to attract people who are actually interested in what you're talking about. Instead of just anybody, it'll start to trickle down. That's part of the social media platforms, how they do it. They will push things to the people that are interested in that, because they have ways of, I guess they identify the type of person that interacted with your post, and then they start showing that post to other people that are similar to the person that interacted. So that kind of builds, I guess it kind of builds a target market for you in a sense. And then that becomes how you So by being consistent, and this is the thing, by being consistent with your posts, with your content, with the kinds of things you're doing, being consistent grows. It's like a snowball effect. You just keep adding to that snowball the same stuff. It'll grow and it'll grow and it'll grow and it'll get better and better. But if you put different things on there, you try to put sand on there, you put salt on there, you put asphalt on it, you put grass. I mean, that snowball's not gonna build, right? It'll just keep crumbling, right? Because it's not, just once in a while you put snow on there, right? The rest of the time you put all sorts of other stuff. It's not gonna build a snowball. It's just gonna fall apart. It's just not gonna work, right? And that's the thing. If you're building your business online and you're not consistent, it's going to take you forever. It's going to take you forever. That's kind of what happened to me. And I'm being consistent. Actually, right now, I don't know if you've been following me along, but this is kind of like my funnel that I'm going to be building for my 12 steps. One of the things that I'm doing now is I'm actually, how can I say that? I'm actually defining more and more what I'm offering right now, right? I mean, it's all about building a business online. It's all about growing your brand. It's all about personal branding, attraction marketing. If you don't even have a business, it's figuring out what you can sell online, what you can build on. Eventually, you have something you can sell yourself. But in the beginning, what are the affiliate programs? Anyways, all that stuff, building a business online, growing your income online so you can quit your job and be with your family. That's what I'm offering, right? But how am I offering it? It's these 12 steps. And I'm actually going to be doing that probably next week. But until then, you can certainly message me or comment that you're interested in joining that. But it'll be basically, I'll have a free offer, right? So I'll have a free offer where you can join my list and start to, get to know the stuff I have and all these things. And then I'll offer you for $5. I'm not sure if it'll be 5 or 7 or 9. It'll be at very low cost. I'm going to offer you like a workbook on the 12 steps. So the first thing that's free is going to be the 12 steps to your online success. You're going to have the list of the videos. You're going to be able to go through them. You're going to be able to do it all on your own. It's all free, right? But you're going to have it all prepared in a document that kind of lists where everything is, so you can easily go through them and take your own notes and do whatever, right? So that'll be free. For that, you just give me your email and you become on my list, right? That's part of the building a business online, right? You get people on the list. But then I'm going to offer you a free, not a free, but a $5 or $10 low-cost ebook PDF. That's going to be a workbook that's going to allow you to follow along those videos, follow along that other free list, and have places to write notes in, and there'll be questions in there. It'll be like a pretty cool way of actually going through the 12 steps, but being really well organized. That's going to be like low cost. And then, of course, the thing I really want is to help you really achieve the results you're looking for, and that'll be inside the mastermind. So I don't know if it'll be 100 or 200, I'm not really sure. Maybe you tell me how much you think it's worth to be part of a group where everybody is going through those 12 steps and we're all sharing with each other the result we're getting, and we're sharing our steps or our process, and we're asking questions. We're able to interact with each other, and of course I'm there in that group regularly looking and answering questions and posting new content. I'm going to be go through the 12 steps again live with lives in there and that kind of stuff, where you will be part of the process and we will get you your results, right? So how much is that worth? And then the final part of my value ladder will be one-on-one. I put $497 right now. I'm not sure how much that'll be. Maybe it'll be $1,000, but it'll be, I'm not sure, maybe it'll be 5 half-hour sessions or something like that, one-on-one time with me, right? Where we're going to go through the 12 steps together. We're going to talk about whatever you're wondering about. We're going to do Zoom sessions to set up your tools. We're going to do whatever you want. It's going to be one-on-one help directly with me. So that'll be the funnel, right? And that's what I'm working on right now. And consistency is what brings you to get to a point where you can do something like that. All right, so you got to make sure you're consistent. Okay, so that's it. So we'll see you next time.
This has been Course Income Secrets. the entrepreneur's blueprint to generating income from the e-learning boom. Some of your friends need to hear this message, so don't forget to share. For more content like this, go to CourseIncomeSecrets.com and make sure to subscribe and follow us here. My name is Jean-Serge Gagnon. Until next time.